Okay, what is social anxiety? It's basically like this feeling that you get in social situations, this like feeling that's telling you not to do what you're about to do, right? Not like speak in front of people, not go to social events, and not like get up in front of crowds of large people. Basically where anything that could cause like embarrassment or just like disapproval. That's basically what it is. I think it starts with feelings of self-doubt, and I think it's really important to know that these feelings of self-doubt are not something that you're born with. These like thoughts and feelings that are telling you to go home away from the social situation, or to not meet that new person, or to just not go in social situations in general. That feeling, that's actually like, nobody is born with that feeling. Nobody starts out with those thoughts. You actually learn those. Okay, it actually starts with emotional trauma, right? Because when you experience emotional trauma, that emotion, or those strong emotions that you feel when you're feeling that emotional trauma, ingrain whatever was being told to you at that time in your memory, and then that keeps replaying over and over again in your head. So, for example, if you were younger, let's take for example, let's take the example, if like, say your parents weren't your parents gave you the impression that they didn't really want you, or they didn't like love you enough. Basically what happens is, when you experience that as a kid, your okay, when you experience that as a kid, it gives you this feeling that like you're not going to make it, like you're actually like not going to survive, because your parent, the person that's supposed to be taking care of you, is not giving you the impression that they're going to take care of you. So you don't feel like you're going to survive. So that can carry on to later years, like early adulthood and later adulthood, even, because you develop this need for other people liking you, because you tried to get that from your parent, and you like desperately tried to get that. So now, in order to continue surviving, you feel like you have to get it from other people. That's one example. Another example is when you were a kid, maybe you tried to express yourself, right? You tried to speak up, or you tried to express who you were, and then somebody either ridiculed you or punished you or made you feel really bad about that, and then you couldn't do it anymore, because you've been conditioned to just sit down and shut up every time you try to speak up. So now, in later years, like when you start growing up, that just stays with you. And when you meet new people, instead of speaking your mind and speaking up and speaking your opinions and talking to them, this feeling holds you back from doing it. And it's that same feeling that was put into you when you were younger, when you were a kid, when whoever did it, your parents, your peers, your teachers, whatever, whoever told you, like, no, sit down, behave, don't do that, and they punished you for speaking up. Now it's basically just your brain punishing you. It's you punishing yourself. That's where social anxiety comes from. You're not born with it. Like, nobody's just born with social anxiety disorder. That wouldn't make any sense. I mean, because, like, why would you be born with this thing that keeps you from doing what humans are meant to do, which is socialize, right? It happens because it's conditioned into you. Much like right now, I'm actually like speaking to a camera in a park, and it's like late evening, so it's kind of late right now, and I'm feeling like this like feeling of like that I'm gonna get in trouble for like sitting down in a park and like speaking to a camera. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm kind of afraid people are gonna think I'm weird, or people. I mean, there's lots of weird stuff going on in society right now, so I'm afraid, like, I don't know, somebody's just gonna come by and like get me in trouble. But really, the more that I speak into the camera, none of that is actually happening. So that kind of brings me to my next point. I didn't even know I was going to talk about this, but I might as well. You kind of have to prove to yourself that nothing bad is going to happen in social situations if you want to get over social anxiety. Because when your brain is telling you that something bad is going to happen if you put yourself out there, if you put yourself into the social situation, if you speak up, if you speak loudly, if you speak your mind, you're afraid that something bad is going to happen. You have to prove to your brain that nothing bad is going to happen, in addition to realizing where this feeling actually comes from. Because once you can identify where the trauma came from originally, then you can understand it more. And then you can understand that it doesn't have to hold you back.